Hey guys! Today I'm making a video about my toe tattoos because whenever I wanted to get them I couldn't find any decent information about the healing and stuff, so there we go. I got the design because I always wanted to get something punk related and that stands for my life, so that's why I decided to get a Riot Girl tattoo on my toes with the safety pin. I didn't want to get the typical feminist sign thingy because it's too obvious, and I just wanted to get it. I think tattoos on toes are cute, and I didn't want to get on my knuckle because it's too obvious and for work and shit, so I wanted to get a tattoo that meant a lot to me on a location that barely anybody gets to see except for me and other people possibly. So I also did the calligraphy thing, the font. I made it myself because why the fuck not? It's something personal, so I wanted to get it like that. The tattoo artist was Steve R or something in Brussels. He used to work in the same shop where I got several other tattoos, and I saw him practicing on a hand, kind of like a fake hand, like on knuckles, and I thought like that looks so fucking cool, so I was pretty sure I wanted to get him to do this on my body. So I got my appointment about in September, and it took nearly an hour to get all inked up and stuff, so that wasn't all too long. So it didn't hurt quite as much as I thought it would have, because the thing is I have quite some tattoos now, already have 9 at this point, and this was my 8th tattoo. It was surprisingly one of my least painful ones because I usually have long ass sessions between 3 hours, 2 hours, something, or almost 4 hours. So I think that's why it barely hurt, because I tend to, well, it's normal to get all swelled up between sessions. That's the annoying part, like the layering and layering. This was just an all black tattoo and just like little white detail stuff. A lot of people actually told me they squirm whenever they get like their toe tattooed, and I didn't at all, because I have quite long toes, and so my artist was able to hold like my toe like this, and I didn't squirm at all. It didn't hurt as bad as I thought it would have, except on my big toes, on the bone kind of. On that part it did hurt quite. I was like, yeah, I didn't quite like that feeling over there, but actually pain, not so much, to be honest. But no, I have a quite high pain tolerance level kind of thing, so that's just me. I got it did with a tattoo pen, so not like a rotary or a coil, like this little pen kind of thing. And he was really soft, this artist. I felt at ease getting it done. It did swell up quite a lot, but that's normal because you walk on it, so it did swell up quite a lot. Aftercare wise, what I did was, when I got home after my tattoo, it's like maximum between 3 hours, like 1 hour and 3 hours after you get it done. I take off the wrap, I wash my feet up with Dettol, like this hand soap kind of thing. I will put a picture somewhere with the thing I use. And then I let it dry for about half an hour to get well, of course you need to clean it to get the gunk away and for the bacteria and shit. So yeah, then I let it dry because that's the thing, you don't want, well, that's my method. Everybody has a different method, and that's the method I use from my current tattoo artist that I have a lot of projects with. I use the dry healing method. Well, not quite dry healing method, but sort of. And I let it dry for about half an hour. And then I put on myself. I use Oleoplasmina. I'll put a picture of those here somewhere as well. And the thing is, it's kind of made out of Vaseline and a lot of plant extracts, and it's good to heal up a wound, to get it less hurtful and, you know, that good stuff. A lot of people tell me they use, what's it called, Bepantol or something. I used to use it as well for my another tattoo, but the thing is, it took out quite a lot of color, and it's also a thick consistency, and I don't like it. It's like too I don't know, like I didn't like using it. But the thing with this Homeoplasmine, it's really clear, and you don't need a lot to take care of it, because you don't want to smother your skin. It still needs to be able to breathe, you know, but it needs some kind of layer against the bacteria and all that nasty shit. So about the healing process, I had a long time before it was healing decently. I think it took over a month to decently heal. Normally I start flaking with most of my tattoos after 3 to 5 days maximum, depending if there was a lot of skin irritation because of the layering of the colors if you get colored tattoos. But this one was different because the skin on your feet is quite thick, so it won't penetrate your skin that easily, and it won't start flaking that easily. So you really need to take good care of your tattoos on your toes. So I think it took over a month to decently heal. I think it started flaking after almost 2 weeks or something, and the flaking kept on for quite a while. So that's something you need to keep in mind. I didn't get any blowouts, as you can see on the picture. That's a tricky part. If you get tattoos on your knuckle or your feet, or you know, on these delicate parts, you can get blowout, meaning the ink can spread quite easily, so the tattoo artist really needs to be careful with what he's doing. And apparently my tattoo artist is the bomb. Well, the one I went to is he knows what he's doing, so that's quite cool. Tips and tricks. So before you get tattooed, eat, drink, have enough sugar, because your sugar thing will get down, so we might get in shock. So I recommend you to decently eat, take water with you, and Coke or something sugary. If you have a break or right before you get tattooed, just take it all in. Take it all in. Believe me, it's gonna help. Wonder, it's gonna help. And then if you're gonna get your feet tattooed or your toes tattooed, do wear large shoes. You're gonna thank me for this, believe me. Because your feet are gonna swell up like shit. It's gonna hurt if you're gonna knock your toes or feet against the insides of your shoe if they're too tight. What I did, I always wore my combat shoes, my steel-capped combat shoes, because they're too large for me a little bit. I have a size 35 and a half, 36-ish, and they're 37. So I didn't knock my toes against the soles. If you get them done, don't get it during summer, because you're gonna sweat a bunch and your ink is not gonna keep in place and stuff like that, and you're gonna sweat. If you're gonna go to the beach, it's gonna be icky. Just preferably don't get it done during summer. And also what I did, I wore flip-flops at home. I wore them all the time when I was able to stay in, because yeah, you're not gonna want to knock your feet or sole or whatever you're gonna get tattooed up. You don't want to hit that shit, because the ink will fade. It will fade. That's the mistake I made. The first time, so before I got touch up, I was stupid enough to wear shoes. I thought it was all healed up after a month, but apparently it wasn't. So my little baby toes, they faded away a lot, and it was ugly. So you're gonna want to make sure you're wearing shoes that are big enough, spacey enough, and that you're not gonna hit your toes all the time in your shoes. What I do for sleeping is I wrap a towel around the body part. So in this case it was my feet. I wrapped a towel around my toes, because you know, you're gonna stain your sheets depending on how much ink you got in there, but most likely you will shed plasm and all that nasty shit, so you're gonna stain your sheets. But if you do this trick, you're gonna have the towel stained on your sheets, and you're not gonna stay stuck to your sheets either, so that's like a win-win both. So, and if you get stuck to your sheets, you're gonna want to wet or dampen your the sheets with water or something, because the risky part is you will stay stuck to this sheets or whatever and the ink will disappear. So that's basically not a good plan. Important, if you get back from your tattoo artist, you are not gonna want to walk a long time at all. Preferably get home, wash it up, do all the aftercare, go lay on the couch, in bed, something, stay chill, just relax, Netflix and chill or whatever you call it nowadays. Keep your legs elevated, like this, because the blood flow will, just will go better, believe me. Because it's gonna swell like a motherfucker and it's not quite good because it's gonna hurt. And eventually take a painkiller, ibuprofen or something similar to get less pain and to get the swelling down. And eventually, if you haven't taken off your foil yet, you can put some ice on there to get the swelling down. But do always keep on the foil. You're not gonna want to soak your tattoo in water. Remind that. I got my toes touched up in November. And I just needed to get my safety pin, the outline did, and my little baby toes, since they look like shit. And now they look all good again, so I'm really happy. And now it's January, and now I'm less afraid to wear shoes that are touching my toes, and sneakers and all that stuff. So let me know if you still have some questions regarding body modifications as tattoos, piercings, some hints, tips, tricks, anything. Just leave them down in the comment section below and see